I have friends that ask me, how manage. There are many people asking me, how I manage to write a book. Is it difficult to write a book? Where do you get the ideas to write a book? All of these sort of questions that raised to me, particularly from my students and also my colleagues, and they want to understand how the whole process of writing a book. I know it's not an easy thing to do to write the books, but if you prepare strategically, and systematically, I think everybody can write a book. When I say books here, actually I'm referring to scholarly research and also academic books. So here I want to share with you my experience and also my knowledge about publishing and also writing books, and I give you 6 strategies how to prepare yourself to publish a book for the beginners. My name is Professor Dr. Mohd Azizuddin Mohd Sani. I'm a Professor of Politics and International Relations from Universiti Utara Malaysia. So I have published already 23 books so far, and most of the books with a single author. And it's my passion to publish a books and also to write books, academic books. And this time I take the opportunity to share with you my experience. So probably you can get some ideas and then prepare yourself to write scholarly academic books. My experience, the first thing to do is your ambition. I'm lucky enough because my ambition is to become academicians, one day become scholars or in politics and international relations. So I already have my aims towards that. So that's probably myself. So in order to become a great scholar, I have to write books because I inspire from scholars like Edward Said, several other scholars, Hussein Alatas, several other scholars who are master in producing their ideas through writings. So I think that's inspired me and makes me to wanting to write books. So you, any of you probably have your different background and so different ambitions. Probably one day you want to be a biographer, to write a biography about somebody, either politician or somebody who are renowned to the world. Also probably you are a journalist who one day want to write something on current issues. You can be anything. At least you have certain ambition to aim. Then from there, I think you can start writing. So I think that's the most important thing that everybody should have. Second point, which is I think you need to have an interest and also enjoy writing. So I think this is the most scholars that I know who write very good books. Most of them actually love to write. So I think that's the most important thing. You enjoy writing. I mean, this is your interest. If you don't have this interest, I think it's difficult for you to write not only academic books, but any books that you can think of. So that's why interest comes second. I think the most important thing as well before you start. So if you don't have your interest right now, you can build your interest. You can train your interest to produce something. And you can write on any issue that you are interested on. So that's I think the most important thing in order to produce later on a good writings and also the good books where people want to read. So the third most important thing, number 3, you need to have a skills, also technique to write the book. To be honest, it's not easy to write the books because you need to train yourself to write the books. I trained myself to write a book for almost more than 2 decades. Even until now, I still try to improve my skill of writing books. So you can start first with writing a short essay, for example, then become a long essay, then you write an article, probably for journals, then later on you expand it into publishing, also writing books. So I think it a gradual process, takes step by step, and finally, when you confident enough to write a book, then you start writing a book. It can take longer time, it can also short time, depending on how you quickly learning the skill of writing. That's the most important thing, skill of writing too, and then and also able to publish a books, a good book. The most important thing, you have to have a skill to write and publish a very good books. Point number 4, actually you need to know also the publisher, because sometimes when you complete, you have a draft, final draft of your research, probably also your manuscript. So you are thinking about where I need to submit this manuscript to which publisher. So I think that's the most important thing as well. You study about the publisher and know which publisher is suitable to publish your work. So there are many types of publisher actually. There are many more commercial type of publisher, and also there's universities or public publishers. So you need to know as well the merit of publishing your work in which publishers. So even though I always aim for myself to publish with a very good publisher, but as a beginner, I think probably you aim not so probably you don't have to aim some very renowned publishers, but most important thing actually thinking about publishing your manuscript. That's I think the most important thing you need to think of. But if your manuscript is very good enough to publish, then I think you can go straight away as well to publish with the renowned publisher. Because I can see several of even my colleagues, they managed to publish their PhD thesis, even though they are never published before, in the form of books, but because of them producing a very good, research, based on very good research and also very good manuscript, they're submitting to the top publisher. Then they manage to publish with that publisher. So I think, of course, you have to know which publisher that's suitable for your publication. But the most important thing, I think, you also need to think is that bring your manuscript and ask somebody to check. So I think don't be scared to ask somebody to advise you regarding this. But most important thing is your quality. The manuscript that they produce must be published with a publisher that suitable for the manuscript that you prepare for. So I think that's things, the strategy that to make you step by step to become a very good and great scholars and so writers as well. Okay, point number 5. Even though you think, you already written a very good books, everything, but the publisher normally they are not only thinking about that. They're always thinking about marketing. So where to market your books? Who going to buy your book and who's going to read your book? So normally writers never think about this. They want to just write a very good manuscript, and also then to publish the manuscript. But the publisher always thinking about the market, where to market this book, who's going to buy this book. So this is also something that I think for beginners even have to think, where to market, who's the target readers, whether it's to everybody. I don't think it's going to be everybody. Sometimes we have selected target group. Scientists, for example, students, politicians, journalists, for example. There are certain target group which your book can be sold and also purchased by this group of people. So we need to always think about the market of the books. Another point which I think also related to market is about the language. If you're able to write books in English, for example. I think in terms of the coverage, people from around the world can read the books. For example, if you write some a book to your mother tongue, for example, in the case of me, write I think a books in Malay language, for example. So probably my audience is bit limited. Only in Malaysia, relevant, and also people from Malaysia will read the book who understand Malay language, or even somebody from Indonesia and also Brunei who also understand the language. So meaning that the coverage is a bit smaller compared to if I write something in English, cover around the world. Okay, having said that, my intention is not saying that I'm discouraged you to publish something or to write something in your mother tongue. But I think you can diversify. Probably you have publication that you write in English, also at the same time in your mother tongue. So, and also it actually can help you to capture certain of the readers from your own country and also from people from around the world. So the more you publish something, capture and also readable by people around the world, I think it can bring more in terms of the marketing of the books. So marketing is very important for publisher because they will help them to sell more. And if there's a demand, then I think they can reprint more and also accessible around the world. So the last point, number 6, which is I call intention. Why I say is intention? You need to write a book with a good intentions. And I know, probably you are thinking that I want to write a book because I want to get rich. To be honest, unless you're really super, smart, and also able to do very good marketing, as a commission, and you are renowned around the world, and once you publish a book, your book will be bought by everybody around the world, then you can become a top seller. Then I think probably probably the intention of you to publish probably because of money. You can get a profit from that. But normally for academic books, it's a bit difficult to get rich because of publishing the books. Unless you become a novelist, or writing something popular readings, where everybody can read and love to read, and also you can actually build your career based on publishing or writing a book. But for academic purposes, normally you work with universities, think tank or certain agencies. Then when you have time, you write the books and also publish your books. You need to have your own brand. For example, if you really want to say that publishing a books can bring me wealth, for example, getting rich. But for me, I normally ask for the beginners, not to think so much about the money. Because for me, when I publish a books, I never think about the profit that I got. I always think about to exchange knowledge, share my knowledge, share my experience writing books. And also like this, I produce a video just to share my technique and strategy when I publish books. And I think because of that, I think the good intention can help you later. For me, if it become box office, everybody buy my books, it's just a bonus for me. But my intention always to share my knowledge and also, and using book as a medium for me to spread my idea, And of course, I will receive criticism or whatever, But I think this also they are important for me. But I think the most important thing is that to use the medium of books to share my knowledge with everybody who are love and to listen to my topics that I cover for the books. So that's always my intention. So I think good intention will bring a good books. If you have a bad intention to write books, then I think it will produce bad things for you. I don't know. That's probably my understanding about if publish a book. So what the good intention in publish a book that help you to really produce a very good books, then later on and share by everybody. So that's all 6 tips or even strategies for the beginners how to publish books, and I hope by sharing my experience and knowledge here that can inspire you to write a good book. So prepare yourself, have a good strategy, have a good skills in writing books, then I think sooner or later you will become a great writers if you keep always writing every day, and publish a very good books where everybody can read. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I will share more videos with you in the future regarding publishing books and how you can learn from it. Thank you very much.